right, this is a Fox News alert. There may have been some serious voter fraud in the Democratic primary back in 2008. Let's take you back. Barack Obama was battling Hillary Clinton for the nomination, and their names appeared on virtually every primary ballot in the country. But one Indiana district is being accused of rubber stamping dozens of fake signatures, and there are questions in the president's case whether he even had enough to be on the ballot there. Eric Shaw from our New York newsroom as we take a look back at a really important topic. We have to make sure that all voting is fair in this country, and this is a big issue. Eric?
Yeah, that it is, Martha. And today there are calls for a federal investigation into this growing voter fraud-related scandal that's happening in Indiana. Allegations that the petitions to get President Obama and Hillary Clinton's names on the state's 2008 primary ballot, allegations that they had signatures that were forged. The controversy has now prompted the chairman of the St. Joseph County Democratic Party, that's in northern Indiana, to resign last night. Prosecutors are investigating if as many as 150 signatures were faked on the Obama and Clinton presidential primary petitions. So many that it raises questions about whether or not the Obama campaign had even enough legitimate signatures to get on the primary ballot. Among them, the signature of former Indiana Democratic Governor Joe Kernan. He told me that he doesn't remember ever signing a petition, and that he told me his name and his signature that were on the petitions were fakes. The state's Republican Party chairman, Eric Holcomb, has called for a federal investigation.
We don't know the extent of the crime. We don't know how many people. We don't know if it was organized. Those were some of my questions, is how deep does this go? Does it go one county? Does it go one district? Does it go one state? Does it go 49 other states?
Well, the county's Democratic chairman submitted that letter of resignation last night, but he denies any wrongdoing. And the state's Democratic Party chairman, Dan Parker, released a statement that says, in part, we continue to fully support the investigation into what he calls this isolated incident in St. Joseph County. We want to know who committed this act, and we want that person held accountable. Well, it turns out that the alleged fraud was discovered by an intern, Ryan Nees, at the nonpartisan political newsletter Ahoy Politics Indiana. Ryan's a Yale University junior. He's a student there. He says he supports President Obama's reelection. And guess what? He was a white intern last year. But he told me that election fraud is too important not to pursue because he says it undermines the integrity of our electoral system and our very democracy. Well, Martha?
Good for him. Eric, thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, now on the 2000